Hello folks, Jason Chrisman, JC's Bees. I'd like to take a few minutes this morning and talk a little bit more about varroa mites. Over the last couple months I've been buying some raw milk from the local Amish, which butt against our leased farm here. And just the other day I was there getting a few gallons of milk, and I asked him how his bees were doing. And his response really shocked me, puzzled me, alarmed me. I had several different reactions actually. I said, "How's your colonies doing?" I already lost 2. You lost 2 already? Do you know what happened? And this is where it got me. Well, I was told by another Amish that if I smashed the queens going into winter, it would help drop my mite count. Wow. Yeah, it's probably going to drop your mite count, your bee count, your whole colony count. Because see, yeah, mites are raised in capped brood cells. Not having a queen, yeah, I guess you're going to drop the mite count. But at the same time, about March, late February, that queen's going to start laying again. Big time. To build up the colony for spring. And when you don't have that queen, I don't see the colony actually making it to warm weather, because those late winter bees are going to start dying, and that's going to leave you with very, very few bees. So thinking about this, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get all the local Amish together and kind of give them some insight on how to manage varroa mites. It seems to be that over the last few years of asking the Amish, at least my local Amish, which are old school Amish now, how they control mites, yeah, they really don't do much at all. The other day I mentioned how I did a little test using sumac, and I plan to continue that in the spring, but I did notice an increase in the mite drop using the sumac in my smoker, the sumac berries, staghorn sumac, I better make that clear. And he mentioned, well, that won't really work for me, we don't use smoke. You don't use a smoker at all? Only when I remove the honey. Wow. How do you keep from getting stung? And his response was, I just move slow, I take my time, and it works out for me. He said, I do wear a veil. Oh, okay, well that's good to know. So, what this has brought clear to me is that, you know, when you've got neighbors, and they don't have to be Amish, that have bees, and they're not managing their colonies, or not very well anyway, at least in my opinion, those mites or diseases, whatever it may be, could transfer very easily to your own colonies, and that's not at all what you want to see. So maybe, just maybe, what you ought to do, or at least consider, while we're in the dormant season and there's no leaves on the trees, it makes it a little bit easier to see who's in your area that has beehives. Maybe take a minute, stop in, kick it with them for a few minutes. Ask them how they control their mites, and maybe you might learn that they don't. And that's going to add an increase to your colonies, because mites mingle from bee to bee as they meet on the flowers. So just a little something to think about there, folks. Something I definitely plan to do is reach out to the Amish and see what we can do to help further their education on bees. I mean, if their hives are thriving, my hives are thriving, right? So after all, that's what I'm thinking. So I just wanted to raise that point this morning and give them something to think about on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed this little thought, and if so, throw me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and make sure you click on that little bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Here are my cows. Happy girls. Happy girls. Just fed them a bale of hay, so they're all pretty content. Except for that one over there of mine. She's rather going to go graze than eat the hay. Happy cows!